Kakadosh Boker or Bekiim Bahalacha 3, day 59, Siman Chet, page 116. We are in the middle now to do with taking a shower midday. What do you do with a tzitzit? Yeah? So if someone undresses, by the way, this could happen much more than what people think, right? People go to the gym and all of a sudden, oh, in the middle, he's going to come, he's going to take a shower. Yeah? So he says like this, if someone undresses, take a bath, right? But he gets dressed again within half an hour, he doesn't make the Beracha on Talit Katan. But if you remain undressed for more than half an hour, then he makes the Beracha of Talit Katan, unless he follows the custom of, right, that he says he never makes a Beracha on the Talit Katan.
Whether you change the no Talit or not?
Even without. So now he says like this, number 49, using a bathhouse or a mikveh. Mishara Kavanot or Chaim Vital testified that Rizal would perform the atifa on a Talit Katan after daytime bath, and he would say the Beracha of B'tzitzit. But Kol Eliyahu, this is Rabbi Eliyahu Mani, he says likewise ruled that after someone takes daytime bath, he also makes the Beracha, right? He testified that this was the practice of the scholars in Yerushalayim, right? If someone simply changes his clothes without bathing, however, he must not, right, repeat the Beracha since it's not an interruption. Obviously, he's just changing his clothes, but fine. He says, Rav Yosef Chaim, rather Ben Ish Chai, commented that it's correct regarding someone who goes to the bathhouse. Since he maintains undressed for a long time, so if someone goes to immerse into a mikveh, he doesn't have to say the Beracha again. Although the Arizal said repeating the Beracha after even going into a mikveh, that was because he spent a lot of time in the mikveh. Yeah, he spent a lot of time. It's a matter of time.
More than a half hour, I guess.
Yeah, let's see. Due to his intense concentration, he would forget completely about the Mitzvah Tzitzit. Okay, fine. Half an hour. So the Maran ruled that one must repeat the Beracha even if one puts on the talit immediately after taking it off. Mamash, you took it off, you have to do it immediately. Whereas the Rama says that it's only if one puts it back on immediately, and one did not, right, repeat the Beracha up to how long? So the Shalom Tzion says that this term is immediately is talking about the concept of the half an hour. Why? He says like this. He says his conclusion regarding the case if someone intends to leave the talit for half an hour more, he must say the Beracha. Half an hour is approximately the amount of time he spends in the bathhouse, which is beyond the creation of immediately. So he says he demonstrated the Kiselio ben Ish Chai, although agreed that one should repeat the blessing after a public bathhouse, or, right, he says here, which with an average of half an hour. So it all depends how long does he take showers. Although we cannot come and be sure that this is the definition of immediately, regarding this halacha, it's safe to say that this is what it probably means. Based on this, we have a sfek to enable to say beracha. Right? First of all, maybe we go like Manan that we have to actually make a new beracha. Doesn't matter what type of interruption. Number two, even if the halacha follows the other opinions, right? Still maybe a half an hour, as everyone agrees that it's already going to be a, how do you call this? A pasek, interruption, a sechadat. Thank you. So he says normally the principle of applies sabal, but in this case, right, look in the Yalkut Yosef. Furthermore, we're dealing with a mitzvah of the Torah, and therefore he says the safek and sfeka should permit a person to make the beracha, right? So for all these reasons, the meaning, if it's just stam a regular sfek sfeka, right? So then okay, don't make a beracha. But here it's on the doraita, so for you should do it. The berachot na ma'akev, but the mitzvah is doraita. Since the mitzvah is doraita, so therefore I will be able to do it on the mitzvah doraita. On the mitzvah doraita. Yeah. So he says the Shevet HaLevi also said the ruling of Shlomo Zalman. He says Rav Zalman commented that he cannot understand it. Why should 2 hours be considered interruption by 1 hour? So he says he doesn't really have an answer for that. Folding the talit. The first edition of Yalkut Yosef Maran and Shalom Tzion ruled that if someone takes off his talit, he folds it, he puts it back in its place, right? And he does not put it back for half an hour. He needs not to repeat the blessing if it appears. If it appears for this that someone does not fold up his talit, he must not say beracha, even if he remains without wearing it, right, for half an hour. Okay, so
you want to put it back on within 15 minutes, you don't have to make that one. Is that what he's saying?
If you folded it
within 15 minutes, you want to put it back on, you don't have to say beracha. But you have a sechadat. If you folded it, that means you're.
No, you're saying the opposite. What you're saying is second. If you folded it, yeah, your intent is not.
So now the Yabia Omer comes and he says that Rishon LeZion did not mention folding the talit, nor did Alichot Olam. In both places, he just said half an hour. The later edition of the Yalkut said noted this and concludes that the correct ruling is the latter version. Right? Thus, a half an hour interruption makes it necessary to make it, meaning that I don't care about the talit being folded or not. Everything's half an hour.
It's in a sechadat.
But that's what he says. No, because it could be you folded it. You don't want it to be all bunched up or whatever it is, but not meant that you're not going to put it on now.
In a realistic format, you go to the bathroom, you just drop your talit, you're not folding.
Salacha. Halacha number 48, memchet. If someone changes his clothes during the day, he does not have to repeat the beracha of talit katan since he takes it off only for a couple of minutes. But if he changes it into a different talit katan, however, he must recite a beracha on the second talit katan, even if it's large enough to warrant a blessing. Right? He says over here, right?
Even if it's
he says over here, 1 second, he might recite the in the second talit katan if it's large enough. Right? If it's large enough. If it's too small, he can't make a beracha. Yeah. Although he puts on a new talit katan only moments after taking off the other one, he still makes a new beracha. Likewise, right? Likewise, if someone takes off the talit gadol and puts on another one, he makes a beracha on the second one. Let's see the footnote. This is ruling the Ben Ish Chai and the Rishon Tzion, right? Unlike the Chesel Alafim. Of course, it's possible to say the beracha only on the second talit katan if it's large enough to make a beracha. Right? Remember, there's always a shiur, so you have to be careful. Okay? Then he says it was explained also in the minimum size. It's going to be 96 cubic centimeters. He says here, based on the retraction from this response of Yavia Omer, that one may make a beracha val mitzvah tzitzit and talit katan that is going to be one by one. Okay, one amma by one amma. Obviously, we're not going like that. Okay, fine, and then that's it. And then that
so we don't make beracha